The air is the soul and spirit of all living things. We are living beings that breathe. A small blow of air can cause all sorts of movements. The civil society organizations, a breath for the planet.
The task of the Department of Linkage with Civil Society Organization is very large, and it's growing. We have the perception that many organizations recognize the effort to include them that has been made, as opposed to Copenhagen, to give them space.
At the celebration of the COP16 and the CMP6, the participation of civil society organizations was instrumental in initiating the dialogue. That is why the official venues were the meeting point where negotiators could listen directly to the community.
I am a UNICEF climate ambassador, but I also come from an organization called Young Eco Bolivia. I think every one of us, from children to young people, can make the difference. I come from an organization called Green Mind. We are working in Campeche, Mexico. I also come from the UNICEF. We are in a project in which we are providing environmental education at the natural protected area called Laguna de Términos in Campeche. We have a climate change program. We have helped to operate a constructive process with over 70 civil society organizations.
At the COP16, a process of consultations with various organizations and social movements was promoted in order to inform society about the status of the negotiations. In addition, civil society organizations held forums for dialogue with government representatives.
Here, there are about 400 Mexicans accredited into the official space. They are members of civil society organizations that are already in these major leagues, accredited as members of the unofficial delegation, the delegation of observers. We are given the title of observers. And from that point on, we have played here the role to follow up the negotiations. And on the other hand, we are the ears of the world. They have been invited to some special events, like the meeting with the President of Mexico. Therefore, non-accredited organizations have been able to enter the official premises.
The COP16 opened a safe space where civil society organizations not only were able to express their points of view, but also had an active participation in the dialogues.
What has been generated during these months and during these days of the COP16 is the result of an enormous task. We have committed a lot of time to open opportunities for dialogue, and there has also been a huge organizational tolerance among them. Tolerance is needed to sit at the table with those who think differently. For me, the COP16 is an opportunity for countries to reach agreements, to make a fairer world. We are near the end of the conference, and we can say there are many lessons learned. This has raised the possibility to replicate, to reproduce the experiences that have been successful at the next COP in South Africa.
All these meetings have allowed the generation of shared actions. This movement began to work with thousands of breaths of hope. And it's with all those little breaths that we're all promoting justice for the planet.